So I am speaking tomorrow, but I just met Becky, and Becky's not going to be here tomorrow. And something that she said really resonated with me, and I just had to share that with you, because something that Christy said had also resonated with me, and they have something in common. So, as a communication strategist, I'm constantly connecting the dots and thinking 20 miles, 20 years ahead, and just in this one moment, if two people say something that's kind of similar, I'm imagining that there are another 20, 30, 40 of you in the room who also feel something like this. So I'm calling it out, and I want to talk to all of you because at some point I know that you've all experienced this. I heard from Christy today, I almost dismissed it because I didn't know blank, whatever. I didn't know about shipping containers. I heard from Becky, I will feel comfortable in sales once I know about blank, shipping containers. So how many of you are experts about shipping containers? There's no way that only one of you in this room is an expert on shipping containers. Right. How many of you know enough about shipping containers to sell shipping containers? Okay, so I don't know if anybody's filming this, but that was like 30 people with arms up. It was at least a very big percentage of the people in the room. Compare yourself to somebody like me who knows zero about shipping containers. And I'm going to tell you right now that I can sell a shipping container, knowing nothing about shipping containers. So maybe it would be a fun exercise for me to try that, because I really know nothing. I'm not Katie Wallace. I'm not Erin Peterson. I don't know anything about shipping containers. I only know about how moved I am by this company of people and what you all have in common and the way that you support each other and grow. So I'm going to put myself out there and try to sell a shipping container. So I need an agent to pretend to be a customer. Amber, if you wouldn't mind, come up and play with me. I just want to show you that you don't have to be an expert in anything. You don't even have to know anything to begin. I know nothing. I literally know nothing but how to do what I'm about to do, which is communicate. And what I know are my strengths. So I'm somebody who connects to people. I'm someone who communicates well. I'm somebody who cares. There are a lot of you in this room who are those things too. You just want to help people. You wouldn't be gravitating to a company like My Mini Casa if you were not driven to help other people. And this company wouldn't have embraced you the way that it did if they were not willing to just do what they need to help other people. So you don't have to be in sales. You could just be in the helping business. You have a quality product, right? You know enough about it to sell it, which makes you way more of an expert than I am. I am 0% expert. To me, you are all 100% expert. So I don't know, what happens? A customer calls and then I pick up the phone? There's like an inbound lead?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so just come by me so that we can share the microphone. This is a phone call. Through the Say Things Better method, which is my method of intentional communication, we call a communication event. You have a phone call, you have a meeting, you have a presentation. Like, I just decided that this will be a new communication event, and Emily was like, okay, I needed more surprises today, so why not? And she's letting me do it, and thank you all for letting me play and make this a new communication event. My objective for this communication event is to empower you to feel your expertise, whatever that is. Mine is communication. I feel confident in that, and that's where I'm coming from. So tell me, thank you for calling My Mini Casa. I'm so excited that something about our ad resonated with you. Would you tell me what it was?
It doesn't usually work that way, but
that's okay. I can only sell the way I can sell. I can only be effective the way that I can be effective. You're going to be the customer. Yeah, so, I mean, I know nothing. I've come in day zero. No one's hired me or asked me to sell any shipping containers. Although maybe now they will, you know. So I'm going to just ask you, since you've called, I'm really excited that you called, that something about our ad resonated with you. Would you tell me what it was?
your price.
Our price. And what were some of the other prices that you saw out there that made ours stand out to you?
I guess I would say the price and what we guarantee, and a lot of other prices were higher. I only raised my hand to have her join my team, by the way, so excuse me. I would just say that, honestly.
So are prices a motivator for you? That's great. I'm sure there are a lot of things that in your business you need to spend money on. There are probably a lot of financial decisions you have to make throughout a day. So I'm really glad to know that we will be able to help you with shipping containers that are affordable, that give you options that are affordable, so that you can spend your money elsewhere in your business. What are some of the things, just tell me, like if you have a minute, what are some of the things that you're spending money on in your business that saving money right now would be important to you? So you run your own business, and so your personal expenses are you're a farmer. So I have to tell you, I was an actress in New York City for 10 years. Your life is very unfamiliar to me, but I would really love to learn. If you have the time to share with me today, I would love to connect with you and learn about what that life is. So I don't know about what those expenses are. What are the expenses and what are the priorities in running a farm? What do you have to manage? It's probably a lot that I would never be able to do. So please teach me. If you have the time, I would love to learn from you. What do you do as a farmer?
Normally it's pretty simple. You know, people ask for your price, they want to know where you're located, what your guarantees, that type of thing.
Go ahead and ask.
Where are you located? I'm sorry? Where are you located?
We're located all over the world. We're based in Salt Lake City, Utah, and we have our corporate offices in Salt Lake City, but we actually have agents who work all over the world because we have customers all over the world. And we're able to help people and make an impact with our products in places that might not have had such sustainable options for construction and living before. So, you know, people who are on farms are able to find us on a Facebook ad or wherever it is that you found us and really connect to something that can help them. So this is new when you say, where are we? We're kind of everywhere. You know, I ask you where your farm is, you know where it is, it's a plot of land. But we really are everywhere. And that feels very empowering to us to be able to reach people where you are and to have you reach us. So what's another question that I can help you with today?
Make it difficult. My driveway's tiny. I've heard, you know, there's different things.
Okay, so give me any question that a customer might ask you. Don't worry about my knowing or not knowing anything.
What do you guarantee? Say again? What do you guarantee?
I can get a manager, you know, an agent who knows more than I do to consult with me on that. I definitely want to make sure that all of your questions are handled. And, you know, it's very important to me that in this call, make sure that you're taken care of and that you have everything that you need to make your decision. I know you have a lot of decisions to make today, so I want to get you the right answer if you wouldn't mind holding. Emily. I need a consult on a call. I'm calling in, I guess, a trainer, right? Does this happen? Yes. Great. Can you come on this call with me? I'm going to introduce you to my customer, Amber, and I'm just going to bring you into a conference call. Okay? Amber, thank you so much for holding. I have Emily on the line with me. She's going to be able to answer some of your more technical questions. So if you would just ask her again, I think you were saying something about a tiny, small driveway with a difficult turn. As a New Yorker, I don't even have a driver's license. We take the subway everywhere, or Uber. So I can't answer that question. Emily, however, is an excellent driver. She was driving me around yesterday. So I'm going to have her answer those questions, and I'm going to just give the phone to her, but I will still be here because I want to make sure that you're taken care of this whole time.
Hi, Amber. I hear you're a really great farmer. With a tiny driveway. That's weird. Coming from Kansas myself, I'm not sure how to relate to that. But our logistics team is amazing. So, if you have concerns about your driveway, I'd be more than happy to look at photos or Google images if you give me permission to do that. So that way we can go ahead and just make sure that the delivery is going to go smoothly for you. Were you thinking about doing a roll-off delivery? How much room are we talking here? I need about 150 feet for you to use a piece of equipment to pull it off the back of the truck, but we can definitely get a better driver with a better trailer if we need to.
I have tractors.
Okay, but do we have 150 feet in your tiny driveway? Okay, perfect.
Thank you so much, Emily. I'm going to take over now again because I've been really enjoying my talk with Amber. So thank you. I know you have a lot to accomplish today, so thanks again for being on the call. Hi. So Emily was awesome, isn't she? She handles things so fast, and she has a lot of technical knowledge that I don't have. But I want to make sure that you're ready to make your decision today. You obviously reached out to us for a reason. What is it that you're planning to do with the shipping containers that we provide you?
Put my tractor in.
What is your tractor in right now?
Field.
What are the problems with having a tractor in a field that you feel you need a shipping container to put it in?
I would just like it to be protected.
What happens if your tractor is not protected? What's at risk?
I have no idea.
Rust.
Okay,
Rust.
I'm gonna bring in a ringer, so come on up. Go tap them, tag team.
I see. All right, Ellen, you got it.
I got it.
Is it, Elwood?
Yes.
Yeah, did I get that right? Great. So now you're the farmer. Same customer, so I'm gonna ask you the questions. What's at risk if your tractor is not protected?
If it rusted, you lose its efficiency. You could get water in your fuel, which would be a big problem. It wouldn't start to run. And it's just a whole lot better if you can get on a tractor that the seat's not water soaked and all the parts are not rusted together and the throttle and everything works the way it's supposed to.
Gosh, I don't even have any idea how much a tractor costs. I've never shopped for a tractor. That sounds like a lot of damage potential. What kind of money would that cost if that tractor were damaged?
It could run from $2,000 to $25,000 or more.
Oh, do you have an extra $25,000?
No.
So, Elwood, why have you waited this long to find a solution?
Because I had to pay some expense out on getting it fixed.
So it's been fixed and it's ready now to be protected?
Right.
But now it's like you want to make sure that you don't have to do that again?
Right.
I understand. So I understand that this is now a time-sensitive issue for you. I don't want to keep you on the phone too long before we get your tractor protected. So I'm going to just put you through the ordering system. And what would be a good delivery date for you?
In at least about a week.
I think we can make that happen. I'm going to have to check with our logistics team. But, you know, we've been known to make miracles happen at my mini casa. So that's one of the things that I'm proudest of about being part of this team. We make miracles for the people who work here, the people on our teams, and certainly for our customers. And I'm just so happy that I had a chance to talk to you today so that I could take care of you and prevent you from having to waste $25,000 to protect an investment that I'm assuming is really important for your business.
Yes, it is.
Well, thank you so much for taking your time on the phone with me today.
Thank you.
I'm going to just write up your order.
All right.
So I know nothing about shipping containers. Now I know a little bit more, but I still know nothing. What did I know? So I want to see hands. What did I know? Lexi.
You know how to be a person to a person.
A person to a person. Is there anybody who's ever been sold to by someone who didn't know how to be a person to a person? Christy, Lexi, and I'm sorry, I don't know your name yet. Steve. So Christy, Lexi, and Steve have all been sold things or tried to sell things. How effective was that for you?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, so we know number one, be a person. Like, great. Anybody in this room not know how to be a person? Excellent. You have one strength going for you before you ever start. Becky, you're about to start. You've been a person before, so you're already winning. What else did I already know before I entered this sales communication event? What else did I already have that you witnessed?
They were looking for something.
They were looking for something. They were an inbound lead. It couldn't be easier than just to close somebody who already is telling you with their phone call, I want what you have, or at least I'm interested. What else did I have?
You knew how to ask questions.
I knew how to ask questions. Why is it important to ask questions in sales?
So you
Keeps them talking.
What's your name? I didn't name you.
I'm Gina.
Gina? So to say it again, like loud and proud.
You need to identify the customer's needs, and you did that by asking questions.
Great, so I identified his needs. Why is it important to identify needs in sales? Gina?
Well, you need to find solutions to the problem, and that was the need. He needed a shipping container for the tractor. You created urgency by finding out the answers that, that it's very costly to keep one out of a garage or...
Yeah, and I didn't know that there would be urgency. I know zero about tractors. I needed Elwood and the Emily Elwood farmer team or the Amber Elwood farmer team to tell me that that was an urgent situation. Everybody has something different that's urgent for them. They wouldn't have made the call now if they didn't have an objective for that communication event. They picked up the phone instead of sitting silent on their couch. They picked up the phone instead of spending an extra 10 minutes scrolling through social media in the bathroom. They picked up their phone instead of tending to something that might have been pressing. They picked up the phone and they called you. Now, not tomorrow, not a week from now, they're ready now to talk to you. How do you know? Because they called you. They're telling you with their actions. They have an objective right now that you can help them with. And so that keyword help and that sense of urgency, it's not something I created. It's something he came with. And I needed to reinforce that for him so that I could close the sale. But really what I'm doing is understanding how much help does he need? How fast am I going to be able to help him? And I didn't sell anything. The whole conversation wasn't about sales. It was about getting to know him and his needs and how can I help him. Sarah and I were talking about how she sells. And she said that she's not a natural salesperson, but that what she really likes to do is help people. Anybody in here not like helping people? I would be shocked. One joker. But what you've done is you've helped with levity for the situation. You've helped lighten the mood. So you still are helpful. And that's the things that you can always be providing value. Katie talked about this as a sustainable way of building community. It's also a sustainable way of selling. You can keep yourself going all day long if you don't feel you're pushing something on somebody. How exhausting is it to be trying to close something that somebody doesn't need? How exhausting is it to be trying to close a sale so that you can put dinner on the table? If you spend all day helping someone, at the end of the day you feel energized, you feel full, and you feel that you've stood in your strengths where they are, instead of trying to be someone that you're not and know things that you're not. Was it a big deal to anyone that I called in Emily? Did anybody care that that's what it took? And if you're on the phone, do you not also have fact sheets, Google, whatever, and the ability to ask questions? So there's nobody who is at level 0. You are all experts, just waiting to learn your new expertise. But you already come to the situation with expertise in your communication style, how you connect to other people, what they need, and why they've come to you to begin with. So I just wanted to call that out because I've been hearing it. There is no, I will win. You can right now be the expert that somebody else needs. If I'm the expert in communication, that's what I'll help somebody with. And they can end up with a shipping container. But that's not what I did. I didn't sell a shipping container, I just helped someone out. And that's what you guys do. So that's all I wanted to say today. Tomorrow I'm going to be talking about this method more, what it is that I do, how I discovered that through community and building. But I know that there are some of you, including Becky, who aren't going to be there tomorrow, so I at least wanted you to have this, that you're ready now. I mean, I talked to you for 2 seconds, and I know you're ready now, because you know how to be a person. So be a person and help people, and have that be it. It's just not that hard, okay?